Rise and grind. The 5 best bourbons that you would never know about. Let's get into the list. Our first bourbon is Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. To me, this is the best pound for pound bourbon there is. This bourbon is released 3 times a year, in January, May, and in September. And when it's released, there are lines around the block to acquire it. When it's released, this bourbon can be had at retail for $75. In my own collection, I've got about 5 to 10 bottles of this. It's amazing. It is filled with notes of vanilla, dark fruit, caramel, rye, spice. Again, this is the best pound for pound bourbon there is. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. And so our next bourbon is Kentucky Owl Rye. What I have here is batch number 1. This was an 11-year aged bourbon. This bourbon is so good that my wife enjoys this bourbon. This bourbon is spicy. There's notes of gingerbread, mint. It has an exceedingly long finish. This bourbon is absolutely amazing. Now, quick story. The couple who started this company, they did several batches, and then they went and started this company. And so if you are still looking for that Kentucky Owl Rye early batch series taste, you're gonna have to go to Old Carter. Prices. This will run you, if you can find it, about $200+. This, you're gonna be approaching about $300. Why would I pay so much? Because it's worth it. And when you rise and when you grind, you expect to have the best. Kentucky Owl and Old Carter Rye. Our next bourbon is Bardstown. This is the Discovery Series. This company is by far the best blending bourbon company there is. This is batch number 8. They are now up to batch number 9. And so if you are seeking out this bourbon, I would recommend that you find batch number 4 or batch number 8. Batch number 8 is the best batch that they have produced. You're gonna get notes of toffee. You're gonna get some rye spice. You are gonna get bourbon that has been blended to perfection. This bottle will fetch for about $150, and it is worth it. This is one of the best bourbons that you've never heard about. Bardstown Discovery Series. And our last bourbon for this episode, bourbons that you have not heard about, but you need to get your hand on. We have Smoke Wagon. And so this bourbon, it comes from out of Nevada. This is complex. You're gonna get notes of baked pears, apple, rye spice, toasted oak. There's gonna be some smokiness. This is a very complex bottle. This bottle can be fetched for about $80. This is an experience. This bottle is worth your time. Smoke Wagon, the uncut, unfiltered. An amazing bottle that you may not have heard of. And so today, in our conversation, I want to take this time to talk about time. Your success is going to depend upon what are you spending your time doing. If your time is spent in the gym, you're going to be fit and healthy. If your time is spent reading, you're going to be smart and wise. Whatever you spend your time doing, that's going to be a reflection of what you become. But if your time is spent doing things that don't benefit you, if your time is wasted on people and wasted on things and wasted on habits, then you will not live that life that you are trying to get to. For those of us who rise and who grind, we are up before the sun. We are working into the midnight hour. We are using our time to elevate ourselves. We are using our time to build empires, to create generational wealth. We are using our time enjoying great bourbons, smoking fine cigars. We are using our time, spending it with people who won't waste our time. Your time is your most precious commodity. People can waste your bourbon, they can waste your cigars, they can waste your money, and you can build those things back. But if they waste your time, you can never get that back. And so protect your time. Make your time your top priority. Your time is going to be the key for your success. Let us continue this conversation in the comments. Tell us about how you are using your time. How are you rising and grinding? How are you using your time to elevate? Like, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram at Rise and Grind 411. Rise and grind.